coming on.
You're welcome. Thanks for continuing to try to get me to come on. I'm excited to be here.
I don't know how many times I ran into you and I was like, "Hey Dan, you need to come on my podcast." And you're like, "Okay." And then I'm like,
Yeah,
"Oh, I try to get in touch with you through the certain channels and those don't work." And then ran into you at Warp Tour. Well, I made sure to run into you at Warp Tour.
yeah,
And
yeah.
now we're here. And now we're here.
Yes, I'm a busy man sometimes. Sometimes I'm not busy at all, but I'm either all or nothing. It's crazy.
That's true. That's everyone though. Sometimes you're really
Yeah.
busy, but I mean, probably not as busy as you being in a band, touring, making records.
I don't know. Yeah, it's like I'm like the busiest unemployed person ever most of the time. Because we're either playing music every single day or I do literally nothing. So it's like I don't know. It's a weird balance.
Yeah. Do you still do cameos and stuff?
No, I've had it turned off for like the last 6 months just because we were working on the record and it's just been so busy. So it became more of a hassle. But I've been thinking about maybe turning it back on because we're off for the next. We got like a couple fly out shows, but we're off pretty much for the next couple months. So because we were
Nice.
supposed to be in Australia with Parkway Drive and a bunch of other
Yeah.
bands, but that got canceled. So now we're like, well, fuck, what are we doing?
I know
Cool.
that sucks that that show got canceled.
Yeah, it's all good. We would have been there for like over a month, which would have been cool, but very that's a long time to be out of the country, you know? It's like
Yeah.
it'd be
There's
kind of
only
weird.
so
Been
much
kind
you
of
can
weird.
do in Australia.
Yeah, we were going to go to like every weird city that
Every
exists,
weird
that
city that
like
exists.
ones that we've never been to. Like we've been to the five main cities, but we were going to go to like every redneck hillbilly town in Australia, and it was going to be fun.
Did you ever see the Apostles when you were there?
No, I don't think
The
so.
12 Apostles? No. I was told recently that there's only like nine of them left. So
I don't know. I do not believe so.
it's
I
just a
that
big
I'm.
rock formation.
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah.
no, we never get to do anything cool. It's just play a show, fly to the next city, play a
Well,
show.
that sucks. But you guys have done koalas, right?
Yeah, we do the like what's it called, like the wildlife park, and yeah, you get to hold koalas and hang out with kangaroos or wallabies, if you will, small kangaroos. That's awesome. We've done that a bunch of times, but
Yeah.
that's about the only cool thing we've done.
Well, we don't need you to introduce yourself because most people should know who the hell you are.
Say fucking better. Can I say fuck?
Yeah, you can. You're fine.
Do you guys not usually cuss? Should I not?
No, we cuss. I
Yeah,
don't
we
know,
don't care.
Chris,
Okay.
do we cuss a lot or is it just usually our guests cussing?
No, I think usually it's the guest that opens the gateway and then we just let it fly.
You're like, oh, it's that kind of party. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I've listened to the Page Avenue podcast back in the day, when you guys were doing
We
that.
didn't
And
cuss.
I
We
mean, you guys
we
didn't
did
cuss at
not
all.
cuss at all. Never. We
Not
had to cut
one
out so
bit.
much shit. Like that's part of why we stopped doing it. Well, for one, we got busy doing other things, but yeah, Adam was like so like crazy about cutting things and being like, we can't say that, we can't say that, and all of us were like, oh fuck you, we'll just say whatever we fucking want. And yeah, we're not built for podcasting.
Yeah. We just
We're
we
too
just mark our
offensive.
stuff as not suitable for children, so we're good to go.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But since we don't
Awesome.
need to
Anyway, yeah.
introduce you,
Yes.
how does it feel to finally have Arson out? Because I'm just gonna go right into that.
Yes, it feels amazing. It's been done for a really long time for us. We started recording it like well over a year ago, and it's probably been fully done for about 6 months or so. So to us, it's we've been listening to it forever, and I'm just like, man, nobody knows these songs yet, and then it's like it's a weird thing that you go through every time you make a record. But yeah, it feels amazing to finally have people hearing it, and the reactions have been really awesome. Haven't heard hardly any negative things other than like just like little things about like sequencing or like, hey, what's this song's weird here? Or, just like little stuff that's like, okay, that's cool. But very little negativity. It's just been super positive. Everybody's excited. The songs are great. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Happy it's out.
I know that I read on Reddit there was a few people like that were like, oh, this, and that. There's always people that are dissing stuff on Reddit. And I don't know how I feel
Yeah.
about the Reddit people.
Yeah. I've rarely ever been on Reddit, but that's probably why, because I don't like other people's opinions. I kind of just do what I want to do at all
It's
times in my
true.
life. But
It's your opinion that matters the most. If you love the record
yeah,
and you love what you made, that's what matters.
yes,
And if people don't like it, then they don't have to listen to it.
absolutely. We've always made music for ourselves, and I really don't care if people like our shit or not. But of course, I want it to be successful, and I want to have fans and make them happy. But it starts with, if you like what you're if you love what you're making, then people are going to love it too. So that's rule number one.
Yeah.
This looks like I'm drinking Kool-Aid, but it's like a little concoction I made upstairs.
Does it have Jameson
Figured I
in
should
it?
have. It's actually vodka based.
Oh,
I'm turning a new leaf. I only drink Jameson at shows now.
Jameson and White Claws.
Jameson, Jameson. Yeah, I might have some White Claws in my fridge over here. I don't know. I'm in my basement. I haven't been down here in a while. It's a little gross down here right now, actually, but it's okay.
Eh, that's okay. It's a basement.
I didn't even ask you. Can you guys hear me properly?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are
Okay, good.
good. We would have said
Because
something by now, I would hope.
yeah, yeah. I could have like tried to hook up like the whole mic and all this shit over here, but that was too much, and I didn't have time. I was like, I'm just gonna throw in some AirPods and hope this works.
Well, you might have had
So
time had I remembered to send you the meeting info.
I literally was sitting there, and I go, did I say Tuesday that we were gonna do that? And I was like, holy shit, it's 7:20, and I went, and then you emailed right at that moment, and I was like, oh man, I had just thought about it too, so it worked out perfect because I had already
Yeah, I
planned
was
ahead,
telling
but
Chris
yeah,
beforehand. I was
but I
like,
almost forgot.
I was telling Chris beforehand, I'm like, how did I forget to do that? My elder emo brain, I tell you.
My brain has melted this week because so much going on with our St. Louis show and the release party and just the album coming out and all the press and stuff. It's just been very busy. So yeah, it's all good. We remembered. We're here.
We're here.
So
I
what do you think? What do you think of the new record? How do you feel?
Well,
love
I can
I love the new record.
yeah, and I for sure can say lyrically, this is definitely my favorite album that you guys have put out. Do you have any
Nice.
personal favorites on this album lyrically?
Yeah, I love every song for different reasons, I think my favorite right now is 3 a.m. Uh, just because that one is more about like it's kind of about it is about this like going on tour and leaving your kids and leaving your family at home, and the crazy back and forth of how awesome your job is, but like how much it sucks to go on tour for a month at a time or months at a time and leave your family at home, and just the way that crazy feeling, yeah, it's just a super cool special song to me, so that
Yeah.
is currently one of my favorites.
Currently one of his favorites, everyone.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, I love them all for
What's a
different reasons.
second favorite?
Um, I'm trying to think lyrically. I really like Into the Dark. I think that's really cool. I don't know. I love them all for different reasons. They're all similar vein. Like we didn't like purposely try to have like a theme by any means, but
Hmm.
when we're all in a room writing together and people are like throwing ideas, I'm always like, no, no, I want to keep it in this direction. It's like I like to write like weird, dark, personal, kind of metaphorical lyrics that always or mean a whole lot to me, but it might be really kind of weird and maybe people don't exactly understand exactly what I'm saying, but I like the listener to be able to interpret it however they want as well. Because there's a lot of bands where I'm like, whoa, that has so much meaning to me, and then I hear what it's really about, and I'm like, oh shit, that's not at all what I thought that song was. So I love when songs can be taken a few different ways.
Yeah. Yeah, I've listened to the record like, at least once every day, but probably more than that since it came out.
On a loop for 24 hours a day. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Cool, cool.
mean, if I could, I would, but I don't think I could keep it going that much. I got to do other things and you have to work.
Come on, no, you don't.
I do. I'm not a successful band.
Oh, I'm not a successful band. I'm not the whole band. I'm just a guy who sings. I can't do it all
Well,
on
you're
my
in a
own. Okay,
successful band, but
I can't make it on my own. That's what Hawthorne Heights taught me. That
I mean, it's true. Although some people do make it on their own.
that's true. Not me. I like my band. I'll stick. I'll keep them around.
But yeah, like my one of my favorites is Into the Dark, but I also really love Halos, and I know Chris told me he loves that song as well. That's his favorite track. Uh, Good for
Yeah.
You, Feels So Bad, and I Don't Want to Feel Like This Anymore. Those are all the ones that really hit me more.
Yeah, cool. That's cool. Yeah, we when we were doing the sequencing for the record, like we kind of front loaded it with like some of the heavier stuff, and it
Hmm.
felt like it took you on a journey. And then that second half is like a little bit more of the emo-y kind of songs, which is cool. Um, and Halos has really surprised us all. That was the last song we did for the record, or maybe I don't want to feel like this anymore. Those two are the last two. We kind of recorded those right at the last minute because we were like, what do we need to round the record out, you know? But Halos was like a whole different song, and we completely rewrote it last minute and turned it into like a fast upbeat kind of song. The chorus was already there, but yeah, so we didn't really know, like it was just like let's throw it together real quick. And me and uh our engineer Kevin, he works with Colin Britton, and he it was just me and him in the studio, and we just were working through the vocals, and I was like writing it and singing it on the spot, like okay, that's a cool line, right? And then I just run in and sing it real fast. So I had no idea if it was a good song or not until it's done, and then you're like, that's pretty cool. And now that people are hearing it, everybody keeps saying they like that song, but none of us thought that that was going to be one that people really connected with very much. But that's awesome to hear.
Yeah. Now I am curious a little bit about these songs that we have named off. What was the inspiration? Let's start with like Into the Dark. What was the inspiration behind that song, if you
Um,
recall?
I mean, yeah, it's hard to remember most of the stuff because this record, most of it we wrote like in the studio in a room with like the four of us, and then at least our producer Colin or Dan Book. He's the one that co-produced on Into the Dark. So we would just kind of throw stuff back and forth and just throw ideas around, and until we got something that stuck. Like for that chorus, the song just has like a dark, like cool feel, so like just the word dark, it was like, all right, like something like Into the Dark or something, and somebody just said that, and it's like, ooh, that's cool. And then immediately it's like, okay, Into the Dark, and it's just like it just kind of comes out of nowhere sometimes. Some songs are super just special like that, and that was just one of them. Like that chorus happened within a couple minutes of us all like looking at each other and throwing lines back and forth. And so then it's like, okay, well, what does that mean, and then that one was pretty easy. It's like, all right, let's sing about like just life being crazy and embracing the craziness, kind of, purposely going into the darkness, and being willing to say fuck it, and uh, not being scared to embrace that the dark sides of life, but in a weird, fun, metaphorical way. It's like into the dark, rip me apart, get me high, bury me low. It's like I don't really care. I'm gonna go. I'm willingly going into the dark. So that's like a really cool, fun sentiment to me. Like it's dark, but it's like it's kind of positive at the same time in a weird
Hmm.
way. You know what I mean?
I can definitely see there being people taking it different ways too. Like everyone interprets everything differently.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that one can be it's up for interpretation. Yeah, it could mean a lot of different things, but that's kind of the way I see it. But songs change meaning as you go on as well. Like we'll write something, and then a few months later I'll go, oh, well, that actually could mean this. That's really cool too. I kind of like that too.
What about the inspiration behind Halos?
Um, I'm like trying to think of these lyrics and stuff now. Um, that one, yeah, like I said, that was the okay, because we had a whole different version. Good, we can't recreate the chit chat.
Can't recreate the moment.
That's right.
So what did we
But
cover? The album's great. Reddit sucks. That was the first
yeah,
15 minutes.
that was it. That's all we did.
Do you want to pick back up with Halos? And
Yeah.
we were halfway when it dropped.
Yeah. What was it saying about
In
Halos? Halos. What are you gonna say?
inspiration behind Halos.
Yeah. Yeah, like what I was trying to say was we that was one of the last songs that we wrote on the record. And we had a whole different version. And I was saying it was originally called Breathe In, Breathe Out. and the chorus went breathe in, breathe out instead of I call your name. It was like a whole different chorus, and it had a different verse, and it just wasn't as like upbeat and heavy and fast and stuff. So we felt like we needed like a kind of Page Avenue kind of throwback song on the record, like a little bit of and the Hero Will Drown kind of vibe, and we didn't have that yet. So we kind of reworked the whole song last minute. Ryan came up with a whole different verse and intro and stuff, and then I rewrote the lyrics in the studio with our engineer Kevin, who works with Colin Britton. He worked on "Tear Me to Pieces" and this record. Um, so me and him just kind of last minute worked through the lyrics, and I was like writing it, and I would run in the room and sing a line, and then run back, and I was like, was that cool? Does that sound? I was like, that's a pretty cool line, right? And then he'd be like, yeah, yeah, and I'd be like, okay, I got something, and then we just run back and forth. Kind of wrote it on the spot, and and it ended up being a really cool song, and it's hard to think about exactly like what the meaning of all of it is now. I mean, it's I would have to look at the lyrics and really think about it. It's just basically about needing somebody to pick you up at some points in your life. Whenever shit's all uh, rough, when everything sucks, you need sometimes you need somebody to pull you up out of your funk or whatever. I think that's kind of the main sentiment behind the song. But and then not wanting to drag that person down by being the shithead and yeah, that's kind of roughly what that one is about. Which I guess that's a pretty cool idea lyrically. I guess that's why it's connecting with a lot more people than we thought it would. But it was just such a last minute song that we had no idea if it was good or not. It's really hard to wrap your head around like a whole record and like every song until you really step back and it comes out, or you step back and it all comes out. And then you can go, oh, wow, okay, that is really good. Okay, it's like you never know. We just write shit and then hope that people like it. It's crazy.
Well, people are
That was my
liking it.
fast, long-winded answer.
Well, people are liking it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that one's surprising. I keep seeing that one a lot in the comments of like what songs people love. I mean, obviously it's Gasoline and Disconnected, the first two we put
Hmm.
out. People love those, and we knew those two were pretty badass for like our core fan base. People were gonna like those ones. Um, and then there's a song like See Through, which is the third song on the record, which is very different. And we weren't even sure if we liked that at all. And that one's a little more polarizing. Like it's cool, but it's very pop forward. So that one, it's been getting a lot of good response as well. But then like Fall Away with Jacoby from Papa Roach,
Hmm.
that song is awesome. And when we first, I'm just gonna keep going through the songs now, I guess, if that's okay.
That's
Um,
fine.
that one that was the first song I think that we recorded on the record, but the verses I actually was doing that like rappy part that Jacoby ended up doing. But I was like yelling it a little more. It was a little more hardcore, kind of like da, 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 da. I was like screaming it kind of. And we all were like, okay, it's kind of weird. Like it doesn't make any sense. Why am I like rapping? Like, what am I doing? So we were either gonna scrap it or like rewrite it completely. But then the opportunity for Jacoby to do it popped into our brains because he was in the studio at the same time we were, because Colin works with Papa Roach as well. So it was like, well, let's ask him if he'll do it. And if he wants to do it, we'll keep that. And if not, we'll rewrite it and we'll make it a whole different song. But luckily he was like immediately he was down. We've known each other for 20 something years. He's an awesome dude. Super nice. So yeah, that song turned into a whole different cool thing with guest vocals, and you never know what direction things are going to go until you get in the studio and start doing it. It's crazy.
Yeah. Do you guys have any plans to do any more collabs in the future?
Uh, I don't know. We didn't even plan on doing that one. So yeah. Since Page Avenue, we've never had anybody really collaborate on anything since Falling Down with Toby from H2O and John Feldman from Goldfinger sang on Falling Down as well. But no, yeah, we don't usually think about it. It's like we're so like stuck in like one, like we want to finish the song, and like once it's done we don't want to go back and like think about somebody else doing it. It's really weird. We're kind of set in our ways of like we're not really a band with features usually, but this one worked out and it was awesome. Actually, on Tear Me to Pieces, most people don't know, but Kevin Scaff from A Day to Remember uh co-wrote on a song called Knives Out. It's like there's a big heavy bridge towards the end. It's like a big riff, and Kevin actually played that and wrote the bridge on the record. So we had a guest guitar collaboration on Tear Me to Pieces on Knives Out, but we didn't really ever talk about it. It was just kind of like, yeah, that was fun.
I think I remember that actually.
Yeah, it was kind of like a some people knew, but a lot of people just didn't never noticed, you know.
Now, when we spoke with Adam a few months back, he mentioned mixing old story of the year with a mix of more modernizing it a little bit. How did you achieve that balance of what people love about classic story of the year and introducing new elements?
Um, that's Colin Britton. He's real great at that. Like he's really good at making things sound new and exciting, but then, like keeping the fundamentals of what we do in there as well. Sometimes he'll know what we should be doing more than we do. Like he's like, that's not what I feel like Story of the Year would do, and it'd be like, you guys would usually like maybe go to something like this. Like if this was Page Avenue, you guys would probably do it like this. And we're like, oh yeah, that does sound more like something we would have done. He's just like really good at steering the ship and bringing back some of the energy that we used to have in those early days. He was really good at doing that on Tear Me to Pieces, and again on this new record. But yeah, I credit him for most of that. We're just writing riffs, and I'm like, all right, what do I do? Should I scream here? Should we just go heavy? Should I like is this note high enough? It's like we're just like on the technical side, like trying to come up with ideas, and then he's really good at focusing it and telling us which way to go. So yeah, he's really put some excitement and some youthfulness back into our sound, and I think that's awesome. I think that's why it's connecting so well on these last two records.
Yeah.
And what was there an element that you introduced in this album that maybe was kind of difficult to mix in, but maybe felt rewarding?
Um, I don't know. It was very similar process to last time, except for Colin is the drummer of Linkin Park now, so he was on tour a lot in the making of this record. Uh, so it was very difficult timing wise and just scheduling. So we would fly to LA for like 2 weeks, record a small batch of songs, fly home, live with that, write a couple more songs, fly back, record a few more songs, write a couple things. And so it was very like fragmented in the way we were recording. So that was really different and weird, but it ended up working out kind of good because we would be able to sit with a couple songs for a month or so and then be like, look, we got to rewrite this chorus. It's not good enough. So we had a lot of rewrites that happened on this record because it just like wasn't there yet. But other than that, no, I mean everything's just like get in the studio, make music. We don't worry too much. We're not like, all right, we got to write a song that sounds like this so we can get on radio and got to sound like whatever fucking Turnstile's doing now because they're selling records. We got to do that. It's like no, we just do what Story of the Year does and try to make the best song we can, and that's always just been the process.
Yeah. Would you say there were any songs on the new album that weren't quite your favorite, but they still made the cut?
There's a bunch that didn't make the cut, and I mean, that's every record. Ryan usually has about 40 or 50 demos, like music demos, and it was no different this time. It's mostly just like riffs and maybe a couple little like chord progressions and stuff. No vocals or anything usually, but that's usually what we start with, and then we go, okay, that's a cool riff. Let's build off of that, and then sometimes I'll come up with some vocals, or sometimes we'll just all do it in the room together. Um, I'm trying to think of like there was a like I said, Halos was a whole different song, and I don't think any of us really liked it at first, and that's why we completely rewrote it. And now it's like a way different song, and it's way cooler. It's got so much more energy. So that one made it, but it's a different version. There's a lot that are completely different songs. Disconnected is a completely different song than the first time we recorded it. It had a completely different verse and chorus, and it wasn't bad, but it was like, all right, is that good enough? So no, by the time we usually settle on something, we've been through three or four different versions and we know that we like it by the time we're like, okay, that's good enough to go on the record. Otherwise, we'll just cut it. There's one B-side that we fully finished that didn't make the record. It's not a bad song, but it just wasn't as good as the other ones. So it might end up getting released like on a deluxe edition or something. We kind of want to do something special. And then like 6 months or a year or whatever. But yeah, other than that, there was one that we just didn't finish that was kind of cool, but I don't know. When you're writing so much music, it's hard to tell until the last minute. You're like, nah, that one's not good enough.
Yeah.
If we don't love it, it's not making the record.
You can always keep it in the vault for next record.
Yeah, we always say that, and then we never go back. It's like we have like so many songs from Tear Me to Pieces, like probably another 10 songs that were pretty much done. that we never even tried to go back. So like once we write it off, it's like, nah, fuck that song. It's not happening.
Make a
It's weird.
B-sides. Make a B-sides record.
We definitely could. We definitely could.
I'm sure that every fan would be super excited for that, honestly.
Just demo wise, we probably have hundreds of songs like just on hard drives, like full
Yeah.
songs, craziness. Yeah, it's wild, but it's like we're not the kind of band where everything we write's awesome. Some people are like that. It's like everything's just perfect, and it's like that's the first idea I had. It's fucking awesome. It's like no, we really like toil over things a lot, and it's like all right, well, it can be better. It can be better. It can be better. We're weird,
Yeah, Chris,
but it
remember
works for us.
remember when we talked to Mirza
Yeah.
from After Love and Siamese? He said he went into doing After Love and he went into the studio. He did no takes. They were all first takes and he just left them.
Oh wow,
And I'm like, "Dang. Now that's crazy."
well, that dude's a psychopath or girl or whoever it is.
But
That's awesome. Yeah, I've heard that Scott Weiland used to do that as well. Because when we recorded with Elvis Baskett on our third and fourth record, he had done Stone Temple Pilots #4, I think that record, and he said he would come in and maybe do two takes, and he would be like sing all the way through once, and he'd go, let me hit you one more time, sing it all the way again. He's like, that's it, that's all you get, make it work. It's like holy shit, I'll sing 40 fucking times. Seriously, I'll do the whole song for hours, like, and I'll still be like, no, I can fucking hit that better. Damn it, fuck.
you're
Like
just a
I'm such a weird
perfectionist.
yes, definitely a perfectionist and that. But it's different with technology now because you can hear it back right away and you can be like, all right, nope, no, it's not good enough. Let me hit it again.
I
But
got
I've
better
always
in
been that
me.
way.
I got
Yeah,
better
I
in
know
me.
I know if I can hit it better or not, and I'm not happy until it's perfect. So
Now everyone wants to know when's the arson tour?
well, we are announcing some dates very soon, and we were trying to announce it with the album release, but it's not all confirmed yet. But we are doing about a big, probably about a month in the U.S. and then it's 2 months spread out, two different legs with a band that is everybody's going to be very happy about, and it's really awesome. I can't fully announce yet, but yes, U.S. touring is happening for sure, a whole lot of it. We're hitting all the cities coming up soon.
See now, and I really
We have a
much.
bunch of sorry, we already have a bunch of festivals announced that we're doing like
Mhm.
throughout the summer and stuff. So we're going to be booking around all that, and yeah, a whole bunch of stuff.
See, I was like really hoping you just bring Letter Kills out on tour.
Oh man, it's not out of the possibility. They're not on it yet, but we probably will need some openers. So if they can do it, I
Yeah,
don't know what their like work schedule is and how they do things right now. I mean, they just played our St. Louis show, which
yeah,
was awesome, but that was just last minute. Like, hey, can you guys do it? And they're like, yeah, we'll fly out. Cool. But yeah, we love those dudes, and they're working on a new record, so it's possible. It is
I
very
know.
possible.
We had them on the
I would love it.
podcast a while ago. That's why Josh decided to come on.
Oh, nice. He's like, oh, if it's good enough for Letter Kills, it's good enough
He
for me.
invited himself on, Josh did.
Oh, that's how he does things. Yeah,
He's like, "Oh, I saw your
that's
Letter Kills
funny.
interview. If you ever need a guest."
Lead drums, man. That's how he does it.
It's true. It's true. But if Letter Kills happens to go out on tour with you, definitely need to make them come to Milwaukee though.
Yes. I was just gonna say, are you? I thought you were in Milwaukee. I couldn't remember, but I'm sure we'll do the rave again. In on this next run of things. Although we just did it with Census Fail, right? So I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna work because that Census Fail tour was kind of like the prequel to the record tour. It's like we had the
Hmm.
single out and we were already pushing the new record, but it wasn't out yet. So we're gonna keep going, but not with Census Fail again. But it's somebody just as cool.
And I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm sure I won't see you guys
I
unless I'm
would.
driving for like
I,
3 hours. So
where are
I'm
you
I'm
at?
in I'm in Syracuse. So you
Okay.
guys you guys came through with Yellow Card a couple years ago, right?
Yep. Yep.
And then that's the closest. I mean Buffalo. But I'll get to Buffalo in a second.
I always confuse the two in my brain because I think that's the only time. Well, no, there's been two times now, but that's one of the only times I've ever called the city the wrong city. I don't remember which. It was either Buffalo or Syracuse. and I said the wrong city on stage, and everybody just stared at me, and they were so pissed. It was a headlining show, but it was in like 2004 where we were playing 300 shows a year. I had fucking no idea where we were every day. So it's like after that, the tour manager always wrote the city name on the set list on the stage, and it was like, okay, Buffalo, what's up? Yeah,
Probably a
it's
good
hard.
idea.
It's surprisingly hard to remember what city you're in sometimes on tour.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Now, will you guys go over to Europe and tour besides Download Festival?
We don't have anything booked yet. Europe's expensive. It's hard.
Hmm.
It's so stupid. Yeah, we're going to do download and like literally flying in, playing download, and then flying back straight to DC. Well, this is another thing that's not announced yet, but to do Warp Tour. I'm just gonna say that. I don't give a shit. But we're announcing ours
Oh,
very soon. But so yeah, it's like we're flying in and out, and I was hoping that we would like maybe put a week of Europe shows or UK shows before that, but I don't think that's happening at this point. But I don't know. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff we're trying to do still.
yep. Trying to get
Lot of
everything
stuff,
done.
a lot of confirmed things that aren't announced already too, but not Europe.
Sorry, Europe.
Darn.
Yeah,
No.
we'll get back. That's not going to help you guys anyway. It's okay.
It's true.
So I'm going to jump back for a second because I said I was going to get to Buffalo in a second. What the fuck happened in Buffalo during your set on the Census Fail tour this past go around? Something
Oh
about the
yeah,
click
that was
track?
yeah. No, like our computers just went down, um, and it just would not like go. Yeah, we have like clicks going and like some tracks and shit. So it was just like, all right, I'll talk for a couple minutes. And then like they could not get it figured out. Everybody was freaking out and scrambling. They're all like yelling in my ears. It's like, and I'm like, fuck, dude. So eventually, I don't remember. I was just like, hey, we're a fucking band. Let's just play some fucking songs. And then we did just play, most of the rest of the set. There's a couple things that like we really need tracks for, like especially stuff on Tear Me to Pieces, like I don't even know, like maybe 2005 or Real Life or something. Like there's those have like a lot of cool stuff going on that it would sound a little empty without the tracks. But I don't know. We played 90% of the rest of the set. I think we just did like a bunch of In the Wake stuff and all the Page Avenue stuff, like all the older stuff. It's just pretty straightforward music. So yeah, that was real. That's like everybody's nightmare. It's like everything goes down and now we can't play music because our fucking computers don't work. It's like, what the fuck? So it like pissed me off so bad. I was like, fuck it, dude, let's just fucking play. And we did. And then it was awesome because then I just like everybody was like, yeah, they're playing. They can play their songs.
Well, because you stalled for a good, what, 10
Oh, dude,
minutes?
I tried.
Dude?
Yeah, we did like a handstand competition. I don't know. We tried to waste as much time like trying to get it fixed, but nobody could figure it out. It ended up
Wh-
being like something with the MIDI switches with the guitars because like they have it like programmed to where they don't have to hit their pedals and stuff. It's like computers could do all kinds of crazy shit nowadays. So, and we use it to enhance the show. We don't rely on it for most things, but yeah, it's like there's like no auto tune or anything like vocally. I don't do anything like that, but we just do stuff so we can run around and kick ass and have like some extra cool production going on at the same time. But yeah, it just nobody could figure it out. It was like something kept setting it back to zero and it just wouldn't fix itself. So it was
Did
a nightmare.
did anyone eat the chicken tender that was thrown at you?
Dude, you're bringing back all these weird. That was a weird fucking night. Um, no, I hope not. But yeah, that was like right at the beginning. I,
Yeah,
I remember I like ran out and I was like, "What the fuck is
well,
that?"
the guy that threw it on stage was standing next to me at one point, and he held it up, and he's like, "I'm gonna throw this up there," and he just went for it into the crowd.
Dude.
I
Which it was
just
funny. I laughed about it, but some people would get real mad about that. I was just like, "That was you?" I was like, "Cool, thanks, dude. Appreciate it." Yeah, it could have been worse things to throw at somebody than a chicken tender, but
It's true.
he got me. He hit me. Direct hit. Good job.
Yeah, you
And then
guys
he
had
just
a
rocked out
sound
the whole
issue.
set.
You had the sound issue in Buffalo, and then you had a sound issue like earlier in the year, right at when we were young.
Yeah, yeah. When we were young, that one we didn't know about until I saw a video. Well, our sound guy told us, but yeah, the front of house just fucking got unplugged or something. So
You guys
on
were rocking
stage,
too hard. That must have
yeah,
been it.
on stage everything was on and everything was fine and we could hear it fine in our in ears. So we're just playing and I'm like, feels a little empty all of a sudden. And I could just tell people were just staring at us like, what? And I was like, fuck, they can't fucking hear us. And it happened at Louder Than Life too, in front of another 20,000 people. something else went out and it was only vocals coming out. So I was singing real loud and there was no music coming through the PA. There's, that's part of the game. It's part of
I feel
it's
like
part
you
of the
guys
job.
had the bad luck though, man.
Yeah, we had a weird streak there, and recently everything's been really good. But other than that Buffalo show, the whole Census Fail tour was really smooth. um, but yeah, it's like shit's gonna happen. It's kind of how you recover is how it is remembered. So Buffalo, that was a hard one because like we just couldn't get it to come back. Usually it's like, oh well, that sucked for 1 minute, and then then it's over. But no, that one just kept going. And nobody could figure it out. So it's
Wow,
okay. I'm not gonna cry myself to sleep tonight. It's fine.
that's good.
So I'm curious, what is your personal favorite Story of the Year album?
Oh, dang. I don't know. I mean, it's always the new one at the time, but
I know
that'll
which one it
change.
isn't.
I have favorite songs on every record, like Wolves is real special to me, but see, it's like, okay, so The Constant we always say is not our favorite record, but it's not because I don't like the songs. It's more just the memory around that time
Hmm.
period, and like it was just such a bad time for our band and career wise and just like our industry, like the music, our kind of music at that time. So it's like the record's not bad. It's just we have a lot of bad memories and all the tours on that record just sucked and everything was just bad. So it's like it just brings up bad memories. And Wolves has like the opposite, where that was us like, should we still be a band? Should we continue to write music? We did that crowdfunding campaign, and then like all the songs are just really organic and cool and the lyrics are so awesome. So I love the vibe behind that record, but I don't think those are our best songs. It's like I think the Tear Me to Pieces and Arson are like a real step up for our songwriting, and just getting back to the basics like we were saying earlier with the energy and the youthfulness of the old records. So I love those more now, but Page Avenue, nothing's going to beat that because that's just the debut, and it was a perfect storm of youth and craziness and fun and music, and everything was perfect at that point. In the Wake was like us rebelling against our own success, like fucking idiots, but it worked in a weird way, and it was heavy and it was cool. So like every record in it's Black Swan, same thing. It was like, all right, we got dropped, we got re-signed to Epitaph, so that was another cool moment in our career to just have. Everything means something to me. Time in my life and like the songs all represent different moments in my life. So it's like picking a favorite child. It's like, well, I love them all for different reasons, but you know, there's no favorite.
There's no favorite. Do you have a favorite child, Chris?
We won't talk about that.
Yeah. As I said that, I'm thinking about my both of my kids. I'm like, some days I definitely favor one of them more than the
It's
other one.
true. I'm sure that's true.
That's everything. Yeah. But
Now,
yes, I've been feeling bad about The Constant lately because everybody's like, they hate that record. I'm like, no, we don't hate the record.
no, I
It's just
know.
not.
I feel like we asked Josh about that too, and he had pretty much the same answer. And you guys kind of answered it when you did your podcast.
Yeah. There's a couple songs on there. Like I think The Dream Is Over is really cool. It's like one of my favorite lyrical songs, but it's very like on the nose of what was happening at the time to our band. And it's like kind of depressing to listen to. It's like that was literally just about what was happening with our band. And I was like, fuck, this is done. Like we're fucked. Yeah, it's like I love a bunch of those songs, but they're kind of depressing in a weird way. That's the main
Yeah.
thing.
I know
Would you ever appease the masses and play some songs from that record?
I definitely think we will bring a couple of them back eventually. Yeah. Um,
People
all
will be
right. Yeah.
happy to hear that.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not opposed at all. I'm trying to think of I'm Alive is an awesome song. It's just kind of long. A lot of those songs are just a little long, kind of drag on. It's like live, they never were real exciting to play. Well, what's a good song? Oh, The Ghost of You and I was a good song, right? I don't know. I'm really thinking about the record too much now. Sorry. I'm like, is that record okay? It's fine. It's hard when you get in the record 7 or 8 if you count our reimagining of Page Avenue, but we have a lot of fucking songs now, so it's like
It's true.
hard to even play songs that we really love now live. It's like, man, we can't get to half the. We don't even play The Antidote anymore. That's one of our biggest songs. We haven't played that in like 6 months. It's weird. So It's just you got to make room for other songs sometimes, and then you bring them back. You
It's
cycle them in.
true. You can't play a 2 hour set, but I mean, you could.
See, now that's a song off my favorite album
Yeah,
of your guys. Black Swan was my favorite. Something about
yeah,
like you're talking about the constant like being like a bad time for the band. Like um, Black Swan just hit the right time in my life where it just hit. You know,
It hits you in those
yeah. And it
feels.
was a great time. It was a great time for us too. It was like I said, it was the excitement of getting re-signed, and it took us like a couple years to get to write that record and get it done. And we recorded with Elvis Basquiat, and John Feldman did a few songs on that one as well. So it was, yeah, it was awesome. The whole vibe of that record was amazing. I just think sometimes I think we tried to go in a different, we did go in a different direction, but we tried to go a little more political on some of the stuff, and a lot of it's like hasn't aged that well. Where I'm kind of embarrassed by some of those old songs where I tried to like act like I fucking knew anything about life. Most of it's just social kind of politics and stuff, which I still stand behind. But sometimes I thought that I knew a lot more in my mid 20s than I think I know in my mid 40s. So I'm a little more humble now about how stupid I probably am in the grand scheme of life.
Yeah. I'm just glad you guys are still playing We're Not Gonna Make It because that's one of my favorite songs.
Dude, that was always my favorite song on that record. And yeah, it's been awesome. We've been consistently playing that one for a while now. And that was the one we didn't play for the first 10 years that record was out, like maybe a couple times we ever played it. So that's what I mean. Like songs can evolve. They start to make sense again in the set. You bring them in, you can that's fun. It's cool to be able to have that wide variety of different things.
Yeah. Now, I did have some questions because I asked the Discord if they had any questions. Uh,
Ooh, okay.
I didn't want to like throw everything in because some of the questions they asked were things I was already going to ask. So, but these are ones that
Gotcha.
were not going to make any sense probably anywhere in in our conversation until like, just asking them separately. But
Yeah. Hit
so
me.
yeah, the first one we have is how does it feel seeing Story of the Year fans bringing their kids to shows, and how awesome was the kids mosh pit at the album release?
Dude, I love it so much. I love when the kids are there now. It's like at first, maybe like 5, 6 years ago, uh, I was like weirded out, kind of, because like most of us in the band have kids, but it just made me feel weird. Like I wasn't used to that vibe, and just the whole thing about getting older, because we were so proud of our live show and like jumping off shit and going as crazy as we possibly could. But that has to evolve as we get older. It's like we're still put as much energy as we can into our show, but it's a very different energy now. And I'm not trying to break bones and jump off everything that I can anymore. Trying to sound good and have fun and put energy into it. So now I love seeing the younger fans, and especially if it's some if kids there with their parents. It's so cool. And yeah, at the St. Louis show, I was like, during the meet and greet, I was like, would it be cool if I tried to get an all kids mosh pit? And they were like, yes. And I was like, remind me if I forget from the stage. And right before the new song 3 a.m., I just heard it out of my left side. Somebody goes, kids mosh pit. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, let's do it. So yeah, there was probably like 30, 20, 30 kids, just anywhere from like 10 years old to 15. It's just a bunch of kids, just so much energy, and they were having the time of their lives. So that might be a new staple that I have to bring into every show because it was so awesome.
yeah,
I loved it.
I think in the Discord, Henry posted a video of the kid mosh pit.
Oh, nice. Yeah, dude, it was so cool. I just love
Yeah,
it. It's just
it
stuff
looked
that's
fun for the
new and
kids.
exciting. Yeah, it's fun and it's different, and the parents, like my daughter, my 9-year-old daughter was in there with our friend AG, like brought her in. He was like watching her, but she was just having the time of her fucking life. It was so awesome.
Now, have you guys ever considered doing another live album?
Um, Not really. No, we did record a live version of Gasoline on that Census Fail tour, and we filmed like video and everything. And I don't know what we did with that, because yeah, we were gonna like get it mixed and like put out just do like a for YouTube. It's just a live song, or just for Instagram or whatever. But yeah, we like went through all this stuff to get that done, and just remembered that I don't know what the fuck happened to it. So no, I think if anything, we would just do a few songs here and there, and just kind of post them. I don't think putting out like a full thing is really worth it anymore. But
Yeah.
maybe we also talked about further, if we do a deluxe edition, we'll try to record a few live songs and put them on there. But Yeah, I mean, with social media and everything now, it's like there's really no need to do it like we used to do it 20 something years ago, you know. But
True.
which is weird. Our DVD went gold, which is very odd. It's like we had a gold record and a gold DVD before the record went platinum. I'm looking at the records in my bathroom over there now.
Hey,
Very
the
very
story of the year
unexciting.
DVDs are great. It was a great DVD.
Got proof. Who gets a gold DVD? That's so weird. Can't get it to get into the frame here.
There you
Oh, you
go.
can see this light in front of me. Never mind. But so stupid.
We
Just
see
gonna
it
put this
enough.
over
It's
here.
fine.
Yeah.
It's
But
a good
yeah, no, I don't
DVD,
think
duh.
it's very hard to watch nowadays. But no, yeah, I think yeah, the social media has taken over. We don't need to put official stuff out anymore.
So the next one is how come you never play anything from Wolves live?
Um, Great question. I don't know. It's just it's not as popular of a record. You know, I mean, we released it ourselves, not through a label. So I just don't think a lot of like I would say 50% of our fans have never even heard it or have no idea that we even put a record out. Even the constant, I don't think half of our fan base even knows we put that out. So I see people at every show and all the time. They're like, dude, I just heard you got a new record. Dude, I haven't listened to you guys since 2004. This is crazy. I didn't even know you guys were around. And I'm like, well, fucking thanks, dude. Thanks for fucking paying attention, asshole. Uh, but so yeah, that's the really the only reason because there's a few songs, a lot of the songs on the record are some of our favorites. And you know, Adam wasn't in the band at the time too.
True.
It's the only record Adam wasn't on, which he doesn't care. Like he loves playing those songs. We played a couple. We played what did we play at St. Louis show? We did I Swear I'm Okay, maybe. I don't know. We did when we opened for the Used in St. Louis. We pulled out like one or two off of Wolves because we're trying to cycle them back in, but it's just like I said before, too many songs, and most people don't even know that record exists. So, which is annoying because it's great.
Well, you got to be like, hey, everyone, we're going to play a song off our record, Wolves, that you may or may not know exists.
Yeah, yeah, and that works. But then you know, and then you got like a 4 minute part of your set where everybody just stares at you, and it's like
It's true.
we did Praying for Rain on the Census Fail tour a few times, the last song on Wolves. And that one really divides the crowd. Like if you don't
Oh,
know that
yeah.
record, and that's a 7.5 minute fucking opus of a song.
I know
So yeah,
that's
we
one
did
I
that
was
like
gonna
two
say.
or
That one's like long, so I could see if
yeah,
you play that one, people would definitely get lost.
yeah, we did it on the Census Fail tour. So so yeah, we do every once in a while, but it's rare.
And our next Discord question was, how did you guys get connected with Marcus Wallander for the album cover art? And were there any other options
Yeah,
you almost went with?
that was just through the label Sharp Tone. They sent a bunch of just artists they had worked with on other album covers, and so we were just kind of looking through options of stuff. And Ryan actually really loved that guy's artwork. And it's really cool. Like the picture, he has a lot of artwork of like just like abstract kind of stuff, like the car on the front of Arson. But and it's a lot of stuff where it's on fire. So it's like immediately we were like, whoa, that's really cool. And it was just a bunch of different options. So we went through a bunch of different ideas of what the actual cover should be. And that was before we even knew we were going to call the album Arson. So it kind of just worked out to where he had a bunch of stuff already made that like we just basically took what he had and just turned it into, you know, our version of it. So yeah, he's just a really cool artist. I think he's from Sweden, um, somewhere in Scandinavian area up there. So yeah, we got on a call with him one day and he was just like, yeah, you guys are awesome. I love your music. I would love to do this. So just worked out. It was awesome. We loved his art. He loved our art. So collab, nice collab.
Maybe that fire and stuff swayed you into naming it Arson.
Yeah, we were actually gonna name the album Into the Dark for a while. Like that was the only other option. But you know, we all were like, that's kind of like just kind of a basic name. You know, it's like that's. I feel like there's probably 10 different albums named Into the Dark. You know, at some point in people's careers. So I was just last minute. I was reading through all the lyrics, and I was like, "Here for the ARSON." That's a weird lyric, isn't it? And I was like, "Oh shit!" And then I just kind of threw that back at the band. I was like, "What if we kind of backwards build an acronym for this and make that the album cover and come up with something that kind of encapsulates the whole record?" So that was a later thing that happened.
All right, and then we have was the
Good,
music
it's a good
video.
tidbit.
Oh yeah, a tidbit? We like tidbits.
It's a good tidbit. Yeah. Go on, sorry.
It's all right. Was the music video for Disconnected inspired from Hi Dad Soup from the Goofy movie?
Yes, definitely. Absolutely. No, I was so fucking mad that he had that big ass fucking can of SpaghettiOs. Uh, that was Jordan Phoenix, who's done our last like 5 or 6 videos. He's awesome. He's amazing. We're getting ready to do another video with him in a couple weeks. Um, he wanted it to be like a David Fincher movie. Like he was like, I want it to like feel like Seven or something, like where you're stuck in this. He just wanted it to be like real frantic and crazy, kind of like the lyrics to that song are. So it was all just his vision, and it was like, all right, we're gonna do performance, but then it's just gonna be you, Dan, stuck in a room, just doing your thing. So I'm not much of an actor, so I kind of hate it. Actually, we're getting ready to do another the new video we're getting ready to do. It's just me again. The whole band's like, yeah, can we just make Dan do it? I really don't want to try to act, but so well, gasoline, everybody had to act, which was fun, but yeah, I don't know much of the inspiration other than that. Jordan's he's really cool. He's got a lot of vision of like cool, just wants to make things look cool and awesome. And then came in with that big bucket of fucking SpaghettiOs, and that was real SpaghettiOs, and they had been sitting there all day on a counter for like 12 hours. And then I actually had to fucking eat them, and it was so gross. Oh, it was like the worst thing ever. So I
Yeah.
didn't die, surprisingly.
Those SpaghettiOs brought back bad memories for me.
Yeah. Oh, they aren't any better than they used to be. Trust me.
I mean, I used to love them as a kid, and then one time I ate them and
Me
I did
too.
not, they did not settle in my stomach. And after that, I have not eaten a SpaghettiO ever again.
They kind of taste like vomit, actually, to this day.
Well, especially if
Oh
you're
God.
eating the ones that you ate for the music video that have been sitting there for hours.
Yeah. They had meatballs in it too, but luckily I didn't get any meatballs.
Oh, that's even
Oh,
worse.
they were just room temperature. Oh, it was the worst. I'm gonna kick Jordan's ass next time I see him.
You should make him eat some room temperature SpaghettiOs.
Yeah. There's also this sandwich scene in there. I don't know how much you've seen the video, but I open the refrigerator and there's like the sandwich is all like it looks like it's all moldy
Hmm.
and it's like blue. That was all food coloring, and that was
Yeah,
actually uh, a very healthy sandwich. It was fine, but that looks worse. But yeah, yeah, the SpaghettiOs were
but
worse.
it wasn't
Sorry, my
worse.
phone keeps dinging. You should put this on Do Not Disturb. I should put that on Do Not Disturb for you. There you go.
Now, this one wasn't from a
All my friends are at
Discorder.
the bar.
Oh, darn, you're not there. You're with us. It's
I'll
better.
be, I'll be there. I'll be there soon. I'm heading that way in a little while. The night is young.
The night is young. The night is young. But this next question wasn't a Discorder, but a friend of mine. Uh, he's in
Okay.
a band too. He just wants to know what's your favorite 90s movie?
My favorite movie of all time is The Burbs with Tom Hanks. I don't know if that came out in 89 or 90 though. Might be technically an 80s movie. 90s, I'll go, well, shit. I'll say Office Space, Mike Judge. I know that was the 90s, so I don't know. I think there's a million great 90s movies, but that's the first one
There
that popped in my
is.
head.
There is a lot of 90s movies out there.
Oh, maybe The Big Lebowski. Is that a 90s movie? That had to be 90s,
Yeah.
right? I was
I'm
trying to think
actually
of
trying to
something
think
not,
what 90s movie I would say.
yeah, it's a hard one, but
I was into like movies like The Craft and stuff like that. That had to be
ooh, yeah,
90s, right?
I would assume, yeah, had to be. I mean, yeah, that was my prime time. I was born in 80, so like early 90s was my like early, I was just becoming a teenager and like learning how much
Yeah,
everything was important at that point. So all of the 90s, that's all the important things happened at that point to me.
it is true. And now we come to our very final and most important question of the evening.
Yes.
What is your favorite dinosaur?
Oh, what? Man, there's got to be like a fun answer to that, right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know shit about dinosaurs. Our Bon, our guitar tech, which I think you know Bon, right?
Yeah.
His favorite movie of all time is Jurassic Park. So I should have said that for my 90s movie, but he would be able to tell me what's the coolest dinosaur besides the T-Rex. That's too obvious. I'll say that fucking the one that goes and has those fucking gross, and they spit shit at you in Jurassic Park. What's that thing called?
Dilophosaurus.
Uh, sure. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that one. That one's cool.
Chris knows dinosaurs for the most part. I'll ask him, I'll be like, hey, what's this one? He'll be like, it's this.
He nailed that. I've never even heard that name, so I would have never guessed that.
There was actually this is completely side tangent at this point. There was this really cool book I saw this weekend that was made for kids. It was like create a dinosaur, and there's like three different flip parts that you could do, and you could custom make your own dinosaur, and it would merge the dinosaur and the name together. I almost bought it for
Nice.
myself, even though it's like targeted for like a 5-year-old. I almost almost bought it for myself.
You
It's
know,
all right. We're
Dan,
all children at
you could
heart.
learn more about
Yes.
dinosaurs because Netflix has a documentary coming out.
Ooh,
It
fun.
looks really good.
I would not be opposed to watching that.
It looks really good. I
And
think I'm gonna have to watch it.
and now to make it come full circle, what you do is you get a bag of frozen dinosaur nuggets next time you're in Buffalo. Yeet them into the crowd.
and, and find that guy and make him
Yeah.
eat the whole bag.
Dinosaur nuggets.
Yeah,
I have some in my freezer
yeah.
right now.
We used to have a lot of those, but my kids have evolved up to where they'll just eat the normal ones now. They don't have to be dino
No.
nugs.
Sometimes you just have to keep a little bit of like a kid in yourself, by eating like something like dinosaur nuggets though.
It's true. I feel like they do taste better in that shape.
They taste better in that shape. But the dinosaur
Yeah.
question was our last question, unless Chris really wants to talk about the banana
No.
with mustard.
No, no, but you were okay, kind of a little bit. You were talking about like how nasty those spaghettios were. We
Yeah.
had somebody that came on the podcast a while ago. They're also a YouTuber, and they did a video of like AI chooses terrible food combinations for me, and one of them was a banana with yellow mustard on it. And
Oh,
I was like, "There's no way that's good." And then in the video, he's like, "That's not bad," and I'm like, "There's no way." And I tried it, and it's not bad. Um,
really? Wow. Yeah, I mean, I like both things, so maybe it's not bad.
I don't
we've
know. I
we've
tried
had
it and it
we've
was
had like a
horrible.
we've had like a 10% agreement rate. Like
Uh,
maybe 10% of people have
It's hit
agreed
or
that it's
miss.
okay.
well, yeah. I don't think I'm gonna try it. I'm busy. I'm real busy right now.
He's too busy. He can't try his banana and mustard
Yeah.
combination. But
Hell yeah.
well, that was it. Hopefully the rest of this interview saved somewhere.
Yeah. If not, we talked about arson and how you should commit it. Everybody. Everybody commit arson
Yep.
while listening to arson.
But don't really commit arson because that would be bad.
No, do it.
Now there's a 90s movie that was good, Pyromaniac's Love Story.
Oh, never heard of that.
No?
Uh,
A,
Maybe I need to see it.
a romance movie about setting fires.
Nice.
Now you got him
I
intrigued.
do
He's
want
gonna
to do
have to
like a
go.
news segment. Yeah. I want to do a news segment like where there's like a official desk where they're like story of the year's new record arson is I don't know whether they're like it's like a news story where people are actually burning things down, make it sound real serious and put that. Never mind. As I'm saying it out loud, sounds really stupid. Never mind. It's not happening.
It's not
I'll just eat
happening.
bananas and mustard instead.
Hey, might get you a bunch of views. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it.
Okay, cool. My hair looks cool.
I'm gonna.
Awesome. Well,
Anything you want to
yeah,
add before we do cut recording?
I don't think so. I'm happy the record's out. Go give it a listen if you haven't. And thanks for you guys. Thanks for already hearing it and loving it.